Hey guys, it's Ashley Tisdale. I'm here to answer your questions on my new album, Guilty Pleasure, on the MTV Buzzworthy blog.
First question is from Ash Tiz Lover, and they wanted to know why you named your album Guilty Pleasure.
I named my album Guilty Pleasure because I'm someone who doesn't take myself too seriously. I like to laugh at myself, and I'm hoping to be your guilty pleasure. And hopefully you know what guilty pleasure is. So like my guilty pleasures obviously are coffee bean ice blends. It's when you have something that you know you shouldn't, but you do because you love it so much. And so yes, hopefully I'm yours.
Next question is from Delphine, and they said, what are some of the differences between Headstrong and Guilty Pleasure? And they said, can't wait for your album.
Thank you, Delphine. But the differences between Headstrong and Guilty Pleasure is, you know, Headstrong, I was first learning about myself as an artist, and this album I knew exactly what I wanted, and I was, you know, I came up with the whole concept of, you know, the message of the album, and it's really, you know, it's more rock, you know, guitar driven. It's music that I love to listen to. I've always been a fan of pop rock, and so it's really, it reflects on where I am in my life right now, and I think that's how it's a lot different.
Ashley Lover said, hey Ashley, what were some of the inspirations for the songs on your new album?
A lot of the inspirations for the songs on the new album was really, you know, just songs that I could connect to. The first album was, you know, everything I've experienced in my life, and every song on this album is not what I've experienced, but I definitely connect to in some way. Like for example, How Do You Love Someone is about a broken family, and how this, you know, girl grew up with not feeling ever loved. Like how does she love someone when she's like, you know, had a really messed up past? And obviously I have a great family and they're very loving, but I connect to it in a way that it's a very strong survival song. And you know, I have had in relationships, like things happened where, you know, you have trust issues, and you kind of carry that baggage along with you. You're like, how do I get past that? And so really that's how I connect to the song. I think it's really beautiful. And you know, I wrote 4 of the songs on the album, and I get inspired every single day by anything. It could be, I could be walking somewhere and get inspired, and so usually I write it down on my cell phone. I write poetry and I bring that into my lyrics and my songs. So yeah.
Next question is by D Mole. They said, my name's David, and I was wondering, what's the message you want to send on your new CD?
The message I want to send on my new CD is really that I'm growing up. You know, I'm not just the girl from Disney. I am 23 years old, and like I said, this album is what reflects, you know, where I am in my life right now. I've grown a lot, I've matured a lot, and I'm not trying to run away from anything. If anything, I hope my fans are growing with me. The whole message is that I'm not just that girl. There's a lot to me that people don't know, and there's a little bit of an edgy side to me as well, and so I'm kind of, you know, showing that as well.
Morgan S. said, what do you think is the most personal song for you on your new album?
My most personal song on the album for me would have to be a song that I wrote. There's actually 2. There's one that I wrote with Toby Gad and Lindy Robbins called Me Without You, and then there's another song that I wrote called What If with Cara DiGuardi, and Twin produced it. And really they're both songs that have kind of dark lyrics to it, but it's saying, like, you know, it's kind of grabbing for somebody. Like, what if I need you? What if I need you to save me? Are you always going to be there, or are you just going to, you know, quit? And that just talks about, like, you know, and obviously in a relationship, you have like fights sometimes, and it's like there's that one person that's always ready to quit, but you're like holding on for, you know, for life, you know, and you're like, I can make this work kind of thing. And so that's really, really personal to me. And then also Me Without You, it takes on a little bit of a dark lyric, but at the end of the day, it's really positive because it's saying there is no me without you. Like, I wouldn't be able to do the stuff that I do if you weren't there for me.
This is a question from Kimberly. Who would you love to do a duet with?
I would love to do a duet with, oh, so many people. I love Pink. I love Kelly Clarkson. I love Boys Like Girls. I love Boys Like Girls. I wish I could do something with them one day, hopefully. But yeah, I love, like, I'm a big fan of all those artists. So I could definitely see maybe in the future doing something with Boys Like Girls.
This is a question from Sil92, that's Sylvia from Italy, and she said, what's the most touching thing that fans or a fan has ever done for you?
Fans are so sweet. I mean, they're so great, especially young kids. They say the funniest things too as well. But I have to say, I've had a kid, a little boy, who was, I think 13, at the High School Musical concert, and he was proposing to me. on a poster, and I'm like, I'm sorry, you're a little bit too young. But it was adorable. He was so nice, and it had his number on it. And it was just definitely a really cute thing. But that was really sweet. And I had another little boy like sing that song, L is for the way you look at me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this kid is a heartbreaker already. He's like 10 years old. But I mean, they do amazing things for me. I just love all the support. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my fans.
This is a question from a user named Power of Five. Power of Five asks, Ashley, do you still see yourself making music in 10 years?
I definitely see myself making music in 10 years. I love acting and I love my music because, you know, music is a way for me to express who I am as Ashley and not just playing a different character. So, I mean, I want to go in concert. I definitely want to keep up with music. It's my favorite thing.
A Tisdale fan says, you're the coolest person ever. I can't wait until Guilty. I can't wait for Guilty Pleasure. They also said, you obviously have great taste in guys. So my question is, what's your advice for meeting a great guy?
Advice for meeting a great guy? I really don't know, actually. I am like super shy. I don't really talk to that many people, but I think for me it's been easy because I meet people in like where I'm working, and so it's like easier because you get to know them. I think the best situation is just meeting them as friends first, being friends, seeing how each other are, and then it's like, then you go in for the kill. Then you go in. You say, you know, like you figure it out. But I think that yeah, for me, it's just been in my, you know, environment that I'm in. I get to meet people, but I'm not someone to walk into a room and I would not be able to go up to a guy and be like, hi, like, and talk to them. I just am super shy. But I think that if you are confident, I am a confident person, that really actually guys tend to see that. I think that's very attractive, and when you enter a room, you can totally tell. So I think that that's what will, you know, attract them to you.
Someone named Sam JJE says, are you still producing a show based on your life when you worked in the mall? I am producing, but right now it's on hold with that kind of, you know, the story about my life, you know, when I was working in a mall. It's just like when you're producing and creating stuff in the very early stages, it tends to evolve into something else. So I can't talk much about it right now, but I love producing. I'm having so much fun at it. CC Ashley T fan says, I was wondering what shampoo you use because your hair is just so beautiful.
Wow. The shampoo that I use is Frederick Fekkai or Kerastase. Yeah, I'm all about having healthy hair because my hair has been through, you know, the rounds with the blonde. So I, you know, went back to my natural hair color, and I've just been keeping it healthy.
Another similar sort of beauty and style question. AZDC Girl says, hey Ashley, even without makeup, you're always so beautiful. What is your skincare regimen, and what is one must-have product for your skin?
I think a must-have product for your skin would have to be Cetaphil. I wash my face with that morning and night. It's my face wash. I have very sensitive skin. I'm not dry, but I'm not oily, so I'm like kind of in the middle. And I just, you know, I don't like to wear makeup when I don't have to, and I try to get facials sometimes. I'm not the best at it, but I just feel like, you know, if you have a mask at home, sometimes I'll do that, or, you know, I'm a big believer in Cetaphil though. It's my favorite.
MRP824 said, this is a two-part question. Who is your celebrity crush? And if you were stranded on an island, what 3 items would you bring with you besides water and food?
My celebrity crush would have to be, let me think, Jake Gyllenhaal. I think people know that already, though. I think he's adorable. He's so cute, and he's a really nice guy. So that's my celebrity crush, and he's very talented. And I would have to say 3 things that I would take with me if I was deserted on an island. My dog, Maui. I can't leave my other dog out, my dog, Blondie. And a cell phone. Because I have to keep up with like the updates with my friends. You know, I have to check in and see what's going on.
La Tua Cantante 2 says, Ashley, I adore you. You're my idol. My question is, did you read Twilight?
I haven't read Twilight, and thank you so much that I'm your idol. That's so sweet. But I haven't read Twilight. I did see the movie, and I was in love with the movie. My mom actually read the books, and she's like, you've got to read the books, Ashley. And I'm like, okay. And I just never really got around to it. But when I saw the movie, I think I now should start reading the books because it's amazing.
Are you a Jacob or an Edward girl?
Probably an Edward girl because Robert Pattinson's very